Hey traders, in this video I'm going to share with you one amazing powerful candlestick trading setup. Let's get straight into it. Hey you, don't place a trade based on what you're seeing in this video because trading is difficult, right? There's so many areas you need to know to become a good trader. Trading systems, mindset, the foundations, chart reading. There's so many areas you need to know to become a really good trader. So this video here is to become educational only, and there is no guarantees of making any money on any single given one trade. So be smart about the way that you're trading and protect yourself. Also, grab a 100% free brand new 12-hour trading course, foundations, chart reading, trading systems, and so much more, mindset. Link in the description. Go click it right now. I'm giving away 100% free access. Link in the description right now. Alrighty, traders. So let's get straight into it. I want to share this with you. I am not a big believer in reading candlesticks to trade with, but there is one candlestick at a certain place that when traded is very powerful. Now, I must say, as I said in the disclaimer, guys, you're not going to generate a return on every single trade you generate from this, right? It's called a win-loss ratio, and you can never know which trade is going to generate a return and which trade is going to generate profit. Now, I have to say that because some people take these videos, what I'm going to share with you right now, which is simply a nice, amazing trading setup and you can trade with, and say, oh my goodness, I'm going to put all my money into this one trade, and they may take one trade or two trades and have 2 or 3 losers in a row and say, oh, that doesn't work. No. Go back in time, back test this. Test it out, see what you think about it, see if you like it or not. And if you're going to trade it, keep trading it, right? Make sure you have good risk management. Go back to yesterday's video and see what I talked about there, okay? I must make that very clear that there's no guarantees of generating a return on on every trade, right? So just be smart about the way that you're trading. Now, the thing that I want to talk to you about, and I'm looking at Goldman Sachs here. I'll come back to Goldman Sachs in just a minute, but let me bring this back to Apple, okay? So I want to share this with you. The number one most powerful candlestick trading setup that I have seen, that I've ever seen in the markets is what I call the hammer, okay? The hammer. Now, what does the hammer look like? Now, the hammer looks like when the market opens low, it has a big rally down, comes up, and sometimes it can close higher, like this, where this will be green body, or sometimes they may be red, okay? Like, for example, over here, we can see a hammer there, right? So that's the very first thing we're looking for, is a hammer. Now, just a bit of background on this. How the markets work, okay, is they go for a run to the downside, and then they have a pullback, and then they go for a run to the downside, and they have a pullback, and they go for a run to the downside, they have a pullback, okay? So this is against the trend type of trading setup. Make sense? So therefore, if you're going to trade this, be in and be out within a few, now if you trade this on a daily chart, be in and out within, say, a few days, okay? If you're going against the trend. Now, let's actually talk about this. Because we understand how the markets work, look at this here. What we're looking for is we're looking for a market. We're looking for a market that has been running down. What's happening now? We're getting very overextended. And what I like to mean overextended, see my blue moving average here? This is my 52 moving average. Now, why do I use the 52 moving average? Some people ask. It's just the moving average that I like to use, okay? Use any moving averages. But what I like to say is that when the market's too far away from the moving average, guess what happens? The market goes back to it. Okay, now that's what we call price and time. Now, what we're looking for, right? We're looking for the market to be overextended on the downside. So it's been running down for quite some time. Okay, so therefore, what do we do? We're due for some sort of pullback, aren't we? We're due for some sort of pullback. And within that pullback, right? Now we're looking for some sort of reversal to give us a nice short term. Now remember, this is against the trend type of system. All right. So once again, make sure you have good risk management in place. And also you want to make sure that you have good money management in place and make sure that all that sort of stuff, okay? So once again, due to how the markets work, what happens? We have a big run down, we have a pullback. We have a big run down, we have a pullback. So what we're looking for, we're seeing if we can identify this area here of how the markets work. So here's an example of a setup that I actually took back early in February this year. What was it? We had the market coming down for quite some time, all right? Quite some time. We're pretty far away from what the 52. We had a big long wick. That's very key. All right, let me bring this back to, let me go back to this level through here so you can see what I mean here. All right, so we had a big, see this here, we had a big long wick. Okay, and it closed right near the high. after the market's been coming down. And also, what did we get? We got also a volume increase as well too. This has a high probability chance of, for the next 2 to 3 days or maybe more, of running up. I stayed in this for about 3 days. I bought some call options on this day here and sold them about 2 or 3 days later. I was in and out. Remember, this is against the trend, so I didn't know whether this was going to happen or not. So you want to be in and you want to be out really, really quickly. Where's your ultimate stop level? Right down here. That simply means if it gets down below there, that means I'll be out of my options and be done with that setup. Make sense? So as you can see, that's what I'm looking for. Here was another setup that I actually took as well too, which was on the GDX. And this GDX was a phenomenal setup. As you can see, right, what happened? We had a big run down. Then what do we have? We had this big, very, very long tail, and it closed near the high. Now where else was it? It was what? It was with an increase in volume. So we had a big increase in volume. It was after the market had a big run down. We had a big, remember the key to this, right, is after the market's had a big run down, we're looking for a big long tail and the market closing near the high. And then we're looking for a 2 to 3 day rally. This one here, by the way, guys, trading out of the money options generated, I think it's about a 500% return, right? Again, buying out of the money options, that means this is where the market was, buying $23 options, and this from here to here was about a 300% return, about a 500% return from memory at that time. Make sense? Let me show you another one. This actually happened on Goldman Sachs just recently. Look at this here, right? It's the market, what? The market's running down, and bam. What do we have here? The market's been running down for quite some time, a big tail, an increase in volume, and we have a bit of reversal. Look at that there. 2 to 3 days, you're in and out really quickly, and then that's your trade done. Sometimes you're going to get a really big, vicious move, and sometimes you're not. So I prefer personally to trade with the trend, because the trend is your friend, and the most profitable trades are with the trend. There's no doubt about that. But when you start to see these types of setups, you can be in and out really quickly. Okay, but remember, you are going to have a losing trade. Which trade is going to be a losing trade? You don't know, and I don't know. So be smart about it. And if you're going to trade this as a trading system, go back and do your back testing. Take some screenshots. See what you like. See what you don't like. See what you like about the setup. See what you like, what you don't like about the setup. See what type of setup you actually like when it comes to this sort of stuff. The volume increase, all these different things. And then make sure you understand that. Make sure you understand what I talked about in the previous video as well. I just wanted to give you a quick analysis. Now, as I said before, guys, I know I'm repeating myself here, but some people are just so damn crazy. Do not go out there and start to place 20 or 30% of your account on these trades, like right now, without you doing any work. You're an idiot if you do that. So many people take a YouTube video and they go, oh my goodness, this looks amazing. This has worked the last 3 times. This is incredible. I can see how this works. Let's go start trading it now. And they take 1 or 2 trades. Guess what? Those 1 or 2 trades could be a losing trade. It's called a win-loss ratio, and you never know which one's going to be a profit. So be smart about the way you're trading this.